Hi there! In this video I'm going to show you how to install Jenkins on Ubuntu server. You can do that in any Ubuntu server. In my case I'm going to be using a free Ubuntu server on Oracle Cloud. If you want to get one of those, check out one of my videos on how to get free server on Oracle Cloud. To begin, the first thing you want to do is just run apt update to get all the latest versions of your repositories. Once your repositories are up to date, you can go ahead and install Java. So you can do apt install openjdk-11jre. Once the installation is completed, you can go ahead and run java-version just to confirm that you have version 11 of Java. The next thing you want to do is you're going to add the Jenkins key, and once you have a Jenkins key, you can go ahead and add the Jenkins repository. Once you have the key in the repository added to your system, you can go ahead and run apt update again. And once you have everything up to date, you can go ahead and run apt install Jenkins. Alright, once you have Jenkins installed, you're probably going to see this error here, but that's nothing to worry about. You can just go ahead and ignore it for now. The only reason you're seeing that is because Jenkins is waiting to be activated, and the next step we're going to do is to go activate it, and this should go away. So the next thing you want to do is, since we're running it on Ubuntu and by default Ubuntu's firewall is blocking all the traffic, we're going to go ahead and open port 8080 because that's what Jenkins uses by default. So on Ubuntu we're going to do nano etc IP tables and then rules version 4. And here what I like to do usually is just go and copy one of my other rules. Like in this case I'm going to do the port 80 and I'm going to paste it here in this line and I'll change it to 8080. And once you do that, you can just go ahead and run IP tables dash restore and then etc IP tables and rules version 4, and that will reload all the rules. Now that we did that and open port 80, we can go ahead and open our browser, and if you're using any of the cloud platforms, you're going to want to make sure that you open port 8080 also on your security group. In my case, I'm using Oracle Cloud and I had 8080 open in my security groups in my VPC. Then once you have your browser open, you can go ahead and type the IP of your server. In my case, I've already made a DNS record, so I'm just going to go to the address I pointed to my IP. So it will be jenkins.techtutelage.net, and that will be again on port 8080. And that's going to bring me to that Jenkins activation page. And sometimes it gets stuck here, so you can wait for like a minute or two, and if this screen doesn't change, I recommend you go back here and run systemctl stop Jenkins to stop the Jenkins service. I misspelled that, so systemctl stop Jenkins and then systemctl start Jenkins. You can go back here and refresh. And again, it may take a couple of minutes, but it will eventually get to the activation page. And there you go, finally. It took almost 4 minutes to get to this point. Anyway, now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and unlock Jenkins. To do that, you can copy this path and then go back to your terminal window and cat it so you can get the key. And once you have the key, you can go back to your browser, paste it in here and click continue. The next here is going to ask you if you want to select plugins to install or just run with the suggested. I usually prefer to run with the suggested plugins, and then once you have it up and running, you can go ahead and install the plugins you need. And this process here is also going to take good like 4 to 5 minutes. And once it's done, all you have to do is create your first user. I'm going to call him Jenkins admin, give him a password, just call him Jenkins admin. Click save and continue. And here you can give it a different URL if you want. I'm just keep it to the one I have already. And again, if you didn't have DNS, you would just use your IP. Click on start using Jenkins, and there you go, you're in. There's one more thing actually that is not a bad idea to do, is you can go back to your terminal and you can run systemctl enable Jenkins. That way next time, and I misspelled it again, systemctl enable Jenkins. That way next time you reboot your computer, Jenkins will automatically start. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process. You have your Jenkins up and running. You can start creating jobs in it. And if you want, you can go back here to manage Jenkins. And as I mentioned earlier, you can install some additional plugins from here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm thinking I'm going to create another video to show you how to create Jenkins slaves on another Linux machine or on the Windows. So if you want to see those, subscribe for my channel. They'll be out there soon. Thanks for watching.